Welcome, race fans. Here we are tonight at Talladega with the GAC Truck Series, and they're going to be turning 70 laps here tonight. Should be very good. These guys, Dega's always good no matter what. You know, that's the way I always look at it. It's just kind of fun to watch. Good place to race. Super speedway racing, restrictor plate racing, high banks. You can flat-foot it around here. But it does take a different kind of talent than a lot of people give it credit for. I believe the talent that it does take is there's a lot for the drivers to take into consideration when you're racing out there at these high speeds around other drivers. So, well, I see my partner in crime finally made it in here. Hold on one second. Scott, are you there?
Yes, sir, Rudy. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Good deal, man. Yeah, glad to see you. And man, I'm telling you what, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to tonight's race for sure, buddy. These guys always put on a great show, and here at Talladega tonight, I bet this is going to be an awesome one.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
We already on air?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Yeah, I just turned a couple laps over there at the walking school in practice. That I turned a couple and then popped over here.
Very good, very good.
Just pulling up all my pre-race info.
Roger that. I know it's not really a close battle, but it's like a 34-point difference between first and second in the points, but still should be an interesting race. One more race after tonight, and that will be their season finale. So,
have you heard? Are they coming back for a second season or another season? I should say.
Vincent really hasn't gave me a yes for sure, but he said more than likely.
10-4.
So
I've definitely enjoyed this season. I missed that first race, but I've been here for every other race since, and they've put on a good show every single week, and I enjoy calling these races with you, Rudy.
10-4.
And yeah, you're right. He's got a 38-point lead.
Oh, 38? Okay.
Let's see. No, I'm sorry, 34. It is 34. So he can almost clinch it tonight, depending on what goes down tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure he's probably going to try to at least get a top 5, position in order to clinch that for next week. So, but yeah, David Gainforth, man, definitely a powerhouse, a voice to be reckoned with out here today.
Yes, sir. All season long. I got David Gainforth's stats right in front of me. He's got 8 races. He's got 8 top 10s. Why did it just change on me? There we go. He's got 8 top 10s out of 8 races, and 6 of those are top 5, Rudy.
Jeez, oh man. Well, again, Terry Bellinger with a wickedly fast lap out here tonight. In practice, man. I remember last week he was really fast in practice, so could be interesting.
Just to touch a little more on David Gainforth, here's a crazy number for you, Rudy. With those 6 top 5s and 8 top 10s and being the points leader by 34 points, he's only led 7 laps all season.
Holy smokes, you're kidding me.
No, 600 completed laps, and he's only led 7.
Well, there you go. You don't have to win to win the championship.
No, sir.
There you go.
Consistency pays off.
Mm-hmm.
His average finish for the season is 3.75.
Jeez, oh man.
That's why he's your points leader. His average start is 7.25, and his average finish is 3.75.
Man, that's amazing stats right there.
Yes, sir. Basically finishing on the podium for an average.
Well, we'll have to have those stats handy next week because I think those are stats that we need to voice out there on the air about David. He is definitely wow.
Oh, I'll bring it up during this race here tonight.
That's awesome.
And he does have 1 win this season. So when he did get that win, he didn't lead, but just the end of it. He led when it mattered. And that was the race I missed. He won the first one, and I missed that one.
Yep. That's some pretty awesome stats. Looks like a little pit party going on here.
And just to give everybody a recap of all the previous races, David Gainforth won the first one at Daytona. Gary Shanks surprised everybody with fuel mileage at Chicagoland and stole that one. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
Rudy?
Yep.
Kernan Church won the third one at New Hampshire. Kevin Cook, who we haven't seen in a couple of weeks, he won the fourth race at Dover. And then Tommy Lee went on his 3-in-a-row spree at Texas, Watkins Glen, and Michigan until last week when Tommy Lee had a late pit stop that put him in the back of the field, and he wound up getting into the back of someone, and Lynn McNeese came home the winner at Iowa. And as you stated, after here at Talladega, we only got one more next week in Homestead.
Yes, sir.
Good place to finish up the season.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of leagues like to go there for their finale. It's an interesting track, for a mile and a half. It's just not like the other mile and a halves. The other mile and a halves are, they almost feel like cookie cutters compared to this one. This Homestead is just, it feels like when you're out there on it, it feels like a 2-mile track.
Now, Rudy, don't let them lie to you. You know they want to go down there to go to South Beach. A Saturday night party going on in South Beach. Everybody wants to go down there and experience that.
Well, there you go. That could be it. Yeah.
Make sure you take bail money with you. But it is a fun track, Rudy. I compare it a lot to Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's kind of got that same feel to it.
Uh-huh.
Not quite as big, but, it's almost like a mini Indy. At least to me, anyway.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was a warm one here today. It just kind of really made you, it was just a tease of the warmth here today. 74 degrees, just beautiful outside, you couldn't ask for a better temperature at 74 degrees. T-shirt, you go out in a T-shirt and it was just beautiful out. And, just, man, oh man, it's really got the house warmed up. It's actually, it's like 78 degrees here in Booth. I got the windows open and the fans on, and it just is not cooling off.
Usually you're freezing.
Yeah, I got the air conditioner out of the shed today, and I'm gonna do a little
Is that a window unit?
Yeah, just to throw it. We have central air, but God, I'd be freezing my wife and my mother-in-law out if I turn that air down just to get it cooled off in the booth here. So
yeah, people don't like it when they come to my apartment. I keep a natural, higher body temperature, even though I'm not that big of a guy, and I usually got my temperature set on 70 or 71 degrees at all times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you gotta keep it nice and cold.
I like it about, in the wintertime, I like it about 71, 72 in the house. And in the summertime, about the same. I'm kind of like year-round. I like it about that same temperature, 72, somewhere along in there. And,
yeah, I can't handle it no higher than 72. I start sweating.
Yeah.
I go up north, and people up there, they don't want to turn the air on when it's nice up there, and in the house it's like 80, and I'm dying. They're loving it, but I'm like, oh my god, this is horrible.
Well,
just us people in the south, we stay where it's AC.
Still a few guys out here practicing. I'm not sure if they're getting around ready for their drivers meeting or what, but it don't look like a big field out here tonight.
Practice got about 3 minutes.
I was kind of expecting maybe a little bit bigger field, but
it looks like we'll have about 19. That is kind of small for Talladega.
Tommy Lee in chat. He goes, "Where's all the viewers at?" You got me. They'll probably be rolling in before long.
I was going to say, they'll start rolling in. Actually, let me make a post on Facebook so I can get a couple to come tune in.
Yeah, I didn't post anything.
Looks like we only got 70 laps here tonight at Talladega.
Yes, sir.
About 24 laps short of halfway of the real race. So what does that make it, about 200 miles?
I don't know, you'd have to do some figuring on that. Let me get the old calculator out here. .66 times 70. 186.2 miles.
Right on.
Yeah, he said we should be able to do it in one pit stop, so which would be about right. And I kind of have, feeling we're going to probably see some guys that'll probably do that halfway pit, along 35, 36, stop and take fuel. They should, they shouldn't have to. Nobody should have to change tires here tonight. 70 laps, you can make it the whole way on the same set of tires. But we may see some guys take right sides or left side. I would take right side, just to be on the safe side. Because now with this new model, you can blow a tire now. And
yeah, I've heard about that.
yeah, they were saying that a long time ago, but I never experienced that. And
Me neither. I've never seen it either, but I've been hearing lately that supposedly they did change it. I was listening to you talking TeamSpeak earlier about the repairs. That's crazy. People sitting there for 20, 30 minutes getting their car fixed.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir.
The fact that someone would actually sit there that long to wait for it to get fixed and still go back out, I mean, that shows patience.
Yeah. Well, a guy the other day in the race that I broadcasted sat on pit road for 22 minutes, got his damage fixed up, went back out, and he picked up 7 spots.
Wow.
Yeah, he was 37th, and he wound up finishing 30th. Many laps down, he was like, gosh, I don't remember.
If you're racing for a championship, that's 7 spots.
Yeah, he was like 40 laps down or 48 laps down or something. I forget now. 37, I think. 37 laps down. So, because they had a few cautions in there. But yeah, he sat on pit road for 22 minutes, and I'll tell you what, his crew did an absolutely great job fixing that car up because it didn't have a dent or nothing in it when he got done.
Well, if you sit there for that long, I'd hope it would be nice and clean, ready to go.
All right, well, we're gonna
washed and everything.
We're gonna go ahead and play our national anthem here to get ready, Scott. So we'll be right back.
10-4.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay, we're back. And I think I'm going to have to change these overlays, so give me 1 second here. I think I put the wrong ones up. Whoopsie. Gotta hurry up and do this before it gets started. And that's wrong. Doggone. Here. You there, Scott?
Get those overlays fixed, Rudy?
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
I stepped away for just a second, but I heard you over the broadcast.
Yeah, I'm working on it here. I got well, I was experimenting. There is a new version of it out there, and I was experimenting with it, but I haven't got, I really haven't tested it to make sure it was all perfect. So I've got to do some further testing on that.
Well, Rudy, meanwhile in qualifying, no surprise who's on the pole. Old Motley Crue, he's looking to bounce back tonight, Rudy, and he has taken the pole with a 52.793, beat Mark McFadden's 52.796.
And 3/1000ths of a second I'm seeing there.
Yep.
Wow.
Gary Shanks currently third, Michael Campbell fourth, and Dwayne LaPrade is number 5. Got about a minute left in qualifying. We'll be gridding up.
I asked Rolando if I was pronouncing his last name correct, and he says it's Arroyo.
Arroyo? All right.
Arroyo. And I said, oh, I've been pronouncing Aurora, but it's Arroyo.
Arroyo. We'll get that.
Yeah. I'm kind of all about that. I want to make sure that I do pronounce people's names. Sometimes I get, a little touchy about their names being pronounced wrong, I don't.
What? I was just going to say that's why when I first started calling races with you, I was like, sorry if I butcher your name at first.
yeah.
After a couple of weeks, though, they were all clicking.
Yeah, I hate to butcher people's names. Hey, Dwayne's wife's in chat. How you doing, Sherelle? That's good. She's in chat watching here. That's good. She likes to watch her hubby turn some races here. That's cool. Hopefully he can win one tonight. All right, looks like qualifying is over.
Yes, sir.
And we will get down here to the track.
Looks like we're going to have 19 trucks in the field tonight. Like you said, short field for Talladega, but these guys are fighting for a championship, and it's everybody that's in the hunt. So everybody's here tonight. We'll see what happens.
All right, Tommy Lee taking the pole with a 52.793. Congratulations to Tommy Lee for the pole. Mark McFadden in second. Gary Shank third. Michael Campbell fourth. Dwayne LaPrade in fifth. Len McNeese sixth. John Stanley in seventh. Rolando Arroyo in eighth. Thank you, Rolando. In the ninth spot is Michael Palmer and Vincent Vinny coming in 10th, Scott.
Terry Belanger will start 11th. Don Steve starts 12th. John Estes starts 13th. Paul Cohen 14th. Billy Rodenbarger will start back in the 15th spot. David Gainforth, our current points champion, our points leader I should say, by 34 points, is starting all the way back in 16th. Paul Zoda starts 17th. Robert Fuller 18th, and rounding out the field, coming off his best performance of the season, Chuck Shaw Jr.
Absolutely. That was a great race last week.
Yes, sir. He was the driver of the race last week, in my opinion. He drove his heart out and got a top 5 out of it.
Mm-hmm. All right. We are ready to roll out here, folks.
In case everybody missed it in the pre-race, David Gainforth comes into tonight's race with a 34-point lead over Len McNeese. Vincent Vinny's in 3rd place in the points. Dwayne LaProd's in 4th, and Michael Palmer rounds out the top 5. It's getting late in the season, Rudy. Though these boys want to have a shot to catch David Gainforth, they got to make something happen tonight.
Oh yes, definitely. Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah, they got to finish. Len McNeese is gonna have to finish way ahead of him. So
Yes,
whatever he does, he's got to get up there and try to make sure he stays ahead of David Gainforth.
Otherwise, we'll have a champion crowned tonight. And with the way these guys, they get about 20, 25, it may be already clinched.
Yeah.
All right, Rudy, get us going tonight, buddy.
Okay, still trying to get a couple things done here real quick. After changing that, I had to make sure everything was right. So, and I still haven't got a couple things finished up. Okay, I think we're ready now. Thank goodness that this track is big.
Yes, it is.
Rush is in chat saying Tommy Tallywagger.
Oh, Hot Rod. He's disappointed he didn't win 4 in a row, Rudy. I think Tommy is definitely going to be a man on a mission tonight to prove a point.
Yeah, he wants to come back for that. I didn't see how far he's come up in the points. He's had to have come up through quite a bit with 3 wins in a row like that. That's got to do something to the points.
Actually, he's still in 20th place for the season.
Wow.
But here we go, Rudy. Pace car's coming in.
All right, pace car's in, and they're coming around the tri-oval here, waiting on the green. And green, green, green. Good even start for everybody, starting out in 2nd gear. Making sure nobody smoked the tires on that.
And I didn't touch base on it before we went green flag racing there, but I got a private message from Tommy Lee a little bit ago. Told me they're only running 10.3 gallons of fuel tonight, so we will see a couple pit stops. Rudy.
Oh, well then Vincent, he told me that they'd only have to make 1. And he's the one that set that up. Wow. Okay. Well, Tommy already fallen back. Looks like Mark McFadden out front now. As him and Michael Campbell, Michael Campbell just pushed the heck out of him to get him up there. And Gary Shank gets by too.
Yeah, already we're seeing not really no one want to get up there and push Tommy Lee. Everybody wanted to get it around him.
Yeah, well, after winning 3 in a row, you blame him.
That's the problem with coming to a track like this when you want to bounce back. You need someone to work with you here.
And Michael Campbell will lead the very first lap of the race. So he gets a bonus point.
Good job, Michael.
Gary Shank pushing heck out of him now. And look who's right behind him, Len McNeese on that high side.
Yeah, Len coming off his first win of the season last week. He's looking to add to that tonight, make it 2 in a row. He's pretty fired up after that win last week.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Wow, Michael Campbell comes right down the hill in front of Mark McFadden. Dumping off Gary Shank up on that high side. Gary probably not too happy about that. Ooh, guys are getting a little wiggly up in the front here.
A little early to be dumping people off, but people may not be with their permanent partners right yet either.
Oh,
so
yeah,
could be a little shuffling going on before that happens.
Wayne LaPrade now in 6th position. Looking to see where Tommy Lee has gotten shuffled to. He is down. He's in 4th right now, but he's trying to get back up there.
Yeah, he's right there behind the 48.
Yep. Yeah, he's gonna find it tough to find a partner out there, because when you win 3 in a row like that, the guys are on a mission to kind of like leave you out here to dry.
Yep, you're gonna be that guy that gets shuffled back.
Yeah. So he's going to have to really do everything he can to try to stay up front, staying in the draft of somebody, which he's doing a great job right now, staying right on the bumper of Gary Shank. Or, I'm sorry, Mark McFadden.
And he's led a lot of laps this year, so he's kosher with riding where he's at right now.
Len McNeese back to 6th. John Stanley 7th. Rolando Arroyo in 8th. Michael Palmer back to 9th now after he was just up there in the front and pushed Mark McFadden up there. He's already back to 9th. Terry Bellinger 10th. Paul Cohen 11th. These guys back here in the back are starting to get single file. John Estes in 12th. And then there's a little gap, about a half a second gap back to Vincent Vinny and David Gainforth could be working together.
And then a little bit behind them, we have a 5-car pack that's kind of tailing this lead pack here.
Yes, sir.
Trying to stay out of trouble.
Billy Rodenberger, Robert Fuller, Don Steves, Paul Zoda, and Chuck Shaw.
Safely back where if anything happens, they will avoid it.
That's a good place to be.
Yeah, long way to go.
Yes, sir.
I just checked the resets. They have 1 reset, Rudy.
Ooh. Well, they shouldn't need them here, but, you know, kind of not that big of a field, but mistakes can happen. You know, and my experience with super speedways like this, it seems like one of the first mistakes that are made is that first time coming down pit road. If a group of them come down together, you see somebody come in there a little too hot, maybe get into somebody else, or spin it, maybe hit the grass, you know, spin out or something like that. So that's usually when you see the first mistake on the first pit stop, and hopefully that is the case tonight, if there is any.
Now, them green flag pit stops have a tendency to rev up the old heart rate, and that's when you start making mistakes.
Yes, sir. Now they're pretty much spreading out single file, but look at back here, Vincent Vinny and David Gainforth working the high side.
They've actually kind of fallen back a little bit here on this run. They're having trouble staying together.
Ah, okay.
I've been watching them a little bit back here in the back. Looks like they might be trying to drop to the tail end.
Well, that could be. I think I would just, and if you're comfortable riding right there with your partner, I think I would just stay right there for now. You know, you got a lot of race to go. This was only lap 7, working on lap 7.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to tuck in behind this last truck here.
There you go. All right,
there you go.
Dwayne LaPrade in 4th, John Stanley 5th, Michael Palmer 6th.
Everybody all single file now, Rudy.
Yes, sir.
Everybody just wanted to ride for a little while.
Well, Michael Campbell has led every single lap so far. Mark McFadden finally getting up there in the 2nd spot, maybe going to ride for a while. You know, he's a good driver, and he's just really had some seriously bad luck this season, and I don't know if he's just been in the wrong place at the wrong time or what, but he just seems like each and every week he's been in, you know, in some major wreck or a couple of wrecks or something, had too much damage to try to finish well, but you know, he needs a break. He needs a break here tonight to see maybe if he can't get his truck into victory lane.
Oh, that would be awesome if he could. You know, he'd be tickled. I'm sure there's a few guys out here who had some long seasons. If they could find victory lane tonight, it would just make the whole season for them.
Yes, sir. Len McNeese is all the way back to 9th. And looking to see here. David Gainforth, our points leader, at the back end of that group in 14th.
Yeah, just back there riding.
Yep. Yeah, this whole group right now, everybody seems to be pretty satisfied with just riding. And that's good.
I figure that'll probably last to the first pit stop. once they make that first pit stop, especially if it's under green flag, they're definitely going to get racy after that. It'll be go time, man.
Billy Rodenbarger back here in 15th. He's got these 5 back here in the back all riding together pretty close.
Got somebody down on the apron here. Looks like dropping back to the end. Terry Belanger?
Yes, sir. He's going to lose the draft.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Maybe he's falling back to that second pack.
Yeah, he's just getting back up to speed. They'll be catching him really fast here because he is dropping like a rock. And that could be by design, though. Maybe he just wasn't comfortable if they're running with them guys and says, I'll just ride back here with these guys. And they're coming by him with a full head of steam. Boy, they're going to go right on by him. He goes way up the hill now. He tries to get some draft off him, boys. And I don't know. He's going to wind up losing their draft that fast.
Yep.
Wow.
I don't know what that was all about.
I don't know. Maybe he just got loose or something there. Whatever.
He's in dire need of a caution. All these guys back here, they're starting to fall a little ways back, about 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's a little bit too much. I would say 4 seconds, but not really much over 4 seconds. That gives you plenty of time to check up if there is a big one up front. But these guys up front are all getting spread out right now. It seems like they're actually kind of breaking into groups. 5th place and 6th are about 3/10 off of Dwayne LaPrade in 4th, and then it's about another half a second back to Gary Shank and Len McNeese. So they're kind of breaking apart a little bit here.
A little bit. Which is good, too, because not everybody's right on top of each other.
There you go. Yeah, if there is a wreck, then everybody's got plenty of time to check up. All right, it looks like Vincent Vinny and David Gainforth tried the old slip up the side there, but it's just not going to happen this time. Right now we're at a 13-car pack here in the front. Now that Terry Bellinger's went to the back, and it looks like Billy Rodenbarger may have slipped back there to pick up Terry.
Looks that way.
Yeah,
that's cool, Billy, to go back and pick him up.
And that's good because he'll pull him back up with them, and he'll be caught up to that group here in no time.
Yep, as long as he can run with that group, he'll be all right till the caution comes out. Eventually, we're going to get a caution. Hopefully before they make green flag pit stops. Otherwise, that whole group could be in trouble.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, Mark McFadden still riding on the bumper of Michael Campbell. Boy, I sure wish I could get it to cool off in here. I can feel the cool air coming in the window, but it's just not cool enough.
Got that thing cranked up on high?
The fan? No, I don't. I should.
That little AC unit.
I don't have it in the window yet.
Oh, you didn't put it in yet?
No, I have it out. I got it out of the shed today and brought it up to the garage and blew it all out good and wiped it all off and everything. Make sure there wasn't no critters living in it, and I didn't want to make sure I didn't bring like a mouse nest in there with me or something,
New family pet.
Yeah, my kitty cat would have a feast with that. Well, Tommy Lead looked like he's bidding for the lead on the outside. These guys getting a little squirrely up there, though. I don't know.
Having a hard time staying together on that high line.
Mark McFadden's going to have to really hold a good line there. Tommy right down close to him, trying to get side draft. And
who's that in the green truck?
Dwayne LaPrade, right behind him. If he can get hooked up with Tommy, they could go to the front.
He's just looked a little indecisive on who he wants to follow here. That's why I was wondering. Yeah, now Tommy's just going to duck back down.
Yep. Yeah, he tried to make that run.
He looked a little indecisive, and they couldn't get a good run on the outside.
Yeah, they need about 4 or 5 trucks up there to work together, right in the line. And right now, it's just not going to happen. What Mark McFadden's doing right now, they're just staying off the back bumper just a couple of feet or 3 feet or so of Michael Campbell. That is what he needs to do right now. He's keeping his truck cool. If somebody does come up beside them to mount a challenge for the lead, then he can just grab right on to Michael Campbell and push him out ahead, you know.
Yeah, right now, you know, they're keeping that truck nice and cool, too. No reason to be pushing. No reason to be overheating the truck. I'm sure the temperatures are nice and cool, and when they get threatened, they'll be able to push for a couple laps.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Sherelle's saying still snow on the ground there. You guys were talking about AC. It was 74 here today in Tennessee. It was just beautiful. You know, you guys need to get out of that north up there, man. I lived up there 45 years of my life, and I'll tell you what, if I'd never seen another snowflake as long as I lived, it would not hurt my feelings a bit. Dwayne and Ford John Stanley's caught back up to these guys, and we've got about a 6-truck breakaway here back to Michael Palmer. And then Gary Shank falling in, him and Len McNeese, 7th and 8th. And Vincent Vinny and David Gainforth have worked their way into 9th and 10th.
Yes, sir. They're on the move. They're trying to catch these boys.
Well, David Gainforth they were back in like 13th and 14th, and David probably not too happy about being back that far behind Len McNeese, you know. Yeah, he's got a 34-point advantage on him coming into tonight's race, but to win that championship, I think he really wants to make sure to clinch that tonight. You know, he's got another race. If he doesn't clinch it tonight, he's got next week to you know, do it. But
I think it might already be clinched coming in.
It's
if they both finish.
Yep. Yeah, you're probably right. With only a 19-car field here tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably does have it clinched.
I usually only get about 20 on the average, so as long as they both finish tonight, it's pretty much over.
I'm trying to think about how many laps they may be able to turn here, and I'm thinking about 22. No, 38, 19. You know, I'm thinking about maybe about 20 laps.
Well, that would mean the next lap then.
Yeah, I'm thinking that. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm thinking about 20 laps.
I was thinking a little more like 24. 24, 25, because you figure you took away 8 gallons.
Right. And how many laps you get?
36 to 38.
Okay. They figured a little less than half. It would be 18, so you got to think about 20.
Yeah, give or take. Yeah,
20,
24
22
might be a bit much.
Yeah. Well, we'll see here in a few minutes because already on that finish at lap 19. Dwayne LaPrade a little bit off of the back bumper now, looking for somebody to maybe make a run on Tommy Lee here, as John Stanley might be joining forces with Dwayne LaPrade.
Tell you what, green flag pit stop's going to put a whole lot of guys way, way back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's go back. Well, in the back part of the field, let's say. These guys 14 seconds back of the leaders. Man, that's a long ways. That's an eternity on this.
Here we go, Rudy. Oh, we almost had an accident. We got people pitting, and Tommy Lee almost ran the 92 over. But look, 48's into the wall. He hit the inside wall coming into pit road. He's going to have to use his reset.
Well, I'm going to go back and check this out because I want to see exactly what happened here as these guys are coming in.
Not sure.
Oh, yeah. Tommy Lee, I don't know what he was doing there. Almost like he was trying to follow.
Yeah, I don't think that looked like they didn't announce their pit stop, and Tommy didn't know they were going to pit. That's what that looked like.
Well,
seeing Tommy might have some damage.
He probably, I don't know. He may have to wind up using his reset. Maybe, I don't know. A little bit of damage in the rear where he got hit by somebody. Yep.
He's coming in, bringing 2 other guys with him.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking he did want to pit that last lap, but it was a little bit late for him to brake. So he'll be using a reset on that. Well, Vincent Benny's staying out. Him and David Gainford. And boy, they got to be about running on fumes here.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see them in the next lap or so. Probably this lap down pit road.
They've got Michael Palmer right with them.
He's trying to hang on to him.
Yep, Vincent Benny did lead that lap though.
They've definitely got to get these guys cleared if they're going to pit. And it looks like Vincent's going to pit.
Yeah.
Here comes David. Okay, I was going to say it makes no sense for these other guys to stay out, but they're all coming in.
Yeah, that really, that would have, he might have run out of gas on the backstretch if he wouldn't have pitted right there.
Vincent just started braking so early it threw me off. I thought David and them were going to stay out, but Vincent just started braking real early.
Well, that's going to put, let's see, these guys coming around here with a head of steam, John Stanley. He's actually by himself, but he is going to be coming down pit road. That's going to put Dwayne LaPrade. No, he's coming down pit road. He hadn't pitted yet. So that's going to put Tommy Lee in the lead.
David Gainforth coming off pit road by himself.
Tommy Lee he's by himself here. Nobody to work with. And I don't know what the deal was, but he did not get any damage fixed on that truck.
Well, I guess he chose not to use his reset.
Well, that might be a good call.
And it could be a bad one, especially if he's out there running by himself, depending on how much that's slowing him down.
Gainforth actually coming off a pit road ahead of Tommy Lee. Wow.
Yeah.
But Tommy Lee's coming up on him pretty quick here. So, boy, I'll tell you, if them two get hooked up together, whew. Tommy's starting to feel the draft now, and he's coming up on him. But Gary Shank and Len McNeese on the outside. Man, look at this.
Whole heap of momentum.
Holy smokes.
Drove by them like they were sitting still.
Yeah, no kidding. A good pit stop by David Gainforth. I was going to look at it real quick here. Gainforth with an 8.5 second. Tommy Lee with an 8-second pit stop. So I would say we probably, most of the drivers probably took at least right side tires when they pitted. That's a good call. Len McNeese with a 7.7 second pit stop. So I would say that was a fuel only pit stop. Either that, he's got an awesome pit crew.
One or the other.
Man, I'm telling you. Just a couple of people did take some 4 tires, though. Mark McFadden and Chuck Shaw and John Stanley all took 4 tires. Wow.
And in such a short race, you don't need to take 4 tires.
No. But Gary Shank.
Ooh.
Gary Shank. Ooh, Len McNeese all out of shape there.
He hit the apron. He got down on the apron.
Well, it's some good check up there by David Gainforth not to hit him. And he's saying, come on, Tommy, get up here. And Tommy's probably got that thing floored right now with that little bit of damage on the back. He could really use somebody behind him helping him in that draft. Going back to the 5th place, Michael Campbell. These guys could start reeling them in, but I'm seeing that they're dropping a little bit. They're actually losing ground to that front group because they're not tightened up too well here. Rolando's not tightened up on his back bumper. And Michael Palmer 6.2 seconds behind him. Paul Cohen in 8th, Vincent Benny 9th, and John Estes 10th.
And Rudy, we got some guys that are going to be lapped here soon.
Yeah, Robert Fuller right ahead of the leader. That'll put him a lap down.
And not much further ahead of him is John Stanley and Dwayne LaPrade. What happened to Dwayne LaPrade? He's all the way back in 17th.
Yeah, I don't know. He had a good pit stop, so I don't know what happened.
Robert Fuller does go a lap down.
Yes, he does. Now the next one will be John Stanley, which is probably about 5 seconds ahead of the leaders right now. He'll be the next one to go a lap down. These guys out here showing the way, though. Front four out there by 4.1 seconds over Michael Campbell and Rolando Arroyo.
Driving the Purdue truck.
Rush is saying he lost his partner, maybe. Dwayne LaPrade? Yeah, Tommy Lee left him. I don't know, but he had a great pit stop. That's what I don't understand. Maybe it was just the timing of when he pitted, or I don't know, maybe he didn't get going thinking he was going to wait for somebody or what, but well, that really put him way back here. All they can do right now is just hope and pray for a caution.
Yep, and the field's so spread out, I don't think that's going to happen.
Unless somebody really starts getting wildly racy up here in the front somewhere or in mid-pack. But right now, Gary Shank, definitely him and Len McNeese on a mission here.
So I'm sitting here and thinking about it. This is going to be a 3-stop race.
Yeah. You know, we're already closing up here on the halfway for the next pit stop. In about another 3 or 4 laps, we'll be halfway for the next stop.
Yep.
Well, Rush, you're watching. How does the picture look? How does the video look? Got a few guys in here. Sherelle's saying something about the fuel timer not correct.
Just got a private message from Tommy Lee, and Dwayne LaPrade was caught speeding on pit road. That's what happened to him.
Oh. Well, because I'm not showing that he had any extra time on pit road.
He might have had to have come down again.
Oh, okay, that could be it.
Yeah, that would explain it why he's so far back.
Yep. Okay. Tommy's driving and texting and driving. Really?
Yeah. That explains why he had fallen back just a few minutes ago and they were kind of just jagged all over the track. I was wondering what was going on. He was texting.
Oh my God.
Probably eating a cheeseburger too.
Yeah, Dwayne's pit. That's what he's saying, that he got caught speeding on pit road. Is that correct, Sherelle? That's what we're hearing. That's why he's back in 16th, and he is a long ways back, and actually not that far ahead of the leaders, only about 4 seconds ahead of the leaders.
Yep, they're coming. He's going to need a caution flag real soon.
Make that about 3 seconds.
Better start doing the caution flag rain dance.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, the leaders are right behind them. That's going to be Russia's saying, go Happy Meal. Well, Happy Meal's losing the draft with that little bit of damage. I bet he's beating himself up right now for not using that reset.
Yeah, I don't think it's affecting the truck a whole lot, Rudy. I mean, he's managed to stay up there running with these guys, so yeah. I don't think it's affecting the truck.
Game fourth has kind of pulled away from him just a little bit. He's going to start feeling that. Now, Sherelle's saying no, the fuel timer started, but no fuel was put in it.
That's weird.
Yeah, so he must have had... Sorry about that. Dang. So he must have had to come down the second time. Yeah, Tommy's starting to fall back off the bumper.
Yeah, David just dragged the brake right there. He's trying to let him catch up.
Okay.
He's falling back now to pick him up. I think he just realized Tommy was falling so far back. Maybe Tommy is feeling some of that damage.
I think he is. You know, if he would just have somebody, and we're going to go back here and take a look at the rear of that truck. So you can see the damage. He's got quite a bit of damage on the back of that truck. And if he just had somebody behind him to kind of pick up that slack, he wouldn't feel the damage, you know.
See if he can get her gathered back up and pull up here on the back of this truck that's in front of him. It looks like he is. Trying to get back to David Gainforth.
Yeah,
you know who's loving this? It's the 25 and the 84. They're digging this.
Oh yeah, right now, yeah, they're up front. Len McNeese is happier than all get out right now. You know, he's ahead of David Gainforth. I know it's not much of a, of a difference, but hey, every point counts.
Yeah, Tommy Lee's back on David Gainforth's bumper. Let's see if he can stay there this time.
Yeah, I think that's Chuck Shaw right behind him. He just got put a lap down. So the next one to be a lap down is right ahead of the leaders here, Dwayne LaPrade and John Stanley, with the leaders coming up on him really quick.
Yep.
What happened?
Oh, somebody's down on the apron.
Dwayne LaPrade, oh no! Boy, he almost come back up onto the track in front of him. I think he got hooked on the bumper. Let's go take a look at that.
He kept it out of the track. That was awesome. I thought he was going to slide back up on the track.
Yeah. Oh, he just he went right and tried to come back left, and oh my word. I'll tell you, he did a great job keeping that thing out of, man, that would have been bad right there. That would have took all four of the leaders out.
Yep. I thought that's what was going to happen, too.
Yeah.
But great job. Great job.
Yeah, I think he thought that too. It's like, no, not a place to come back up onto the track. Dwayne goes back to 18th position now. Rush said if Tommy wasn't 400 pounds, he'd be faster. Oh my.
That's messed up.
Wow.
Tommy's falling off the Gainforth bumper again.
Yeah. Well, the good news is, though, he's got the lap-down truck there of John Stanley coming up behind him, and maybe John could get up there and catch a little of the draft, and that'll help Tommy get back to David Gainforth. And if John can stay right there behind them, that would really benefit Tommy Lee a lot. We're probably about, 6 laps away from second pit stop, 6-7 laps here.
Yeah, not far. We have reached the halfway point in the race too, Rudy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was some good driving, Sherelle. You hollered him and tell him that was absolutely amazing driving. That was the save of the race right there, no doubt. He should get an award for that. Saving of the race. Man, that was amazing driving. Well, Gainforth and Tommy Lee back together like I thought would happen. That little bit of draft from John Stanley really helped Tommy catch up to David. Of course, David probably, like you said, drag and brake a little.
Back in mid-pack, Rudy, we got 5 trucks that are teaming up back here trying to catch up with these guys, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it.
Yeah, they're quite a ways back, 7.7 seconds. And that is an eternity. But
sure.
The good thing is they've got about 5 of them working together there all the way back to Vincent Vinny. And 5 of them in a row like that could really start reeling them up if they would tighten that up, and they could probably pull up, a lot closer. Instead of losing ground, they'd be gaining ground on them.
Hey, Vincent looks like he's losing the draft.
Well, he's coming up on Chuck Shaw here, and I think he's going to try to see if he can help Chuck Shaw get up into the draft with these guys. That's pretty admirable of them.
It's another truck they can add to that long line of trucks.
There you go. Yep, the more they get, and the faster, the faster they'll get. So, hey, Billy. What's up? Well, let's run down through the field here real quick as these guys are out here in the front. Gary Schenk leading, Len McNeese in second, David Gainforth third, Tommy Lee in fourth, Rolando Arroyo back here, Arroyo in fifth, Michael Campbell sixth, Michael Palmer seventh, Paul Cohen eighth, Vincent Benny ninth, Terry Bellinger 10th, Billy Rodenbarger 11th, John Estes 12th, Mark McFadden 13th, Don Steve 14th, and Paul Zoda, the last one on the lead lap, in 15th. John Stanley, first one a lap down, in 16th. Chuck Shaw 17th, now up here with these guys in this pack. Dwayne LaPrade 18th, and Robert Fuller right behind him in 19th. Them two both a couple of laps, well, actually a lap down. Well, Tommy is just really trying to push David up there, and it looks like they may be working. They have caught up to him just a little. I'm really kind of surprised that I haven't seen too much pushing each other and then switching. But I guess they really don't need to right now.
No, nope. It's still too early for that.
Yeah, nobody's really,
It's only 4 trucks up there racing, so.
Yeah. But them two up in the front, Gary Schenk and Len McNeese, if they were doing that, man, they would just leave David Gainforth and Tommy Lee. They would have the potential just to leave them.
I'm sure right now they're going through pit strategy, trying to figure out when they're going to pit.
Yeah.
Gainforth's starting to close in on them, too.
Yeah, and here's the thing with this now, this last pit stop, they will have to pit one more time.
Yep.
There's no way they can make it like almost 30 laps, to finish it.
No, not even close.
Nope.
This is definitely a 3-stop race. Unless we were to get a caution. If we were to get a caution after this next pit stop, they could possibly make it. Possibly.
Well, we need a chat room mom there, Sherelle. So you give it to him. Billy's saying he's just getting started on his homework, and it's 8 o'clock. So that's about an hour late. She says, "Okay, I'm the chat room mom." Yes, sir. Here he comes.
Oh,
Tommy! What is going on with Tommy Lee?
That's going to bring a caution out, Rudy. No. Yeah, that's going to bring a caution.
Oh, is he going to save? Yes, it does.
Caution flag.
Man, oh man.
Saved him. That caution flag saves him.
Oh.
Wow. I don't know what happened there. It looked like he didn't know what was going on again.
Yeah, I'm going to go back and watch this from the far chase view, and we're going to see if we can't figure out. Yeah, it's almost like he's in the dark. He's too busy texting and driving.
No, I don't think it's that. I think people are just not letting him know maybe what's going on here. I think that's exactly what that was. I think Gainforth decided at the last minute to pit. Tommy didn't know it. That's what happens when you don't communicate with your teammate.
Oh, yep. Yeah, boy, he just turned right there to try to miss him. Man.
Lack of communication, man.
Exactly.
He's got to be steamed.
Oh, I'm sure. These guys, they're all in TeamSpeak together, and he's probably about spacing out on them right now. Man, why didn't you guys tell me you were going to pit?
That changes this whole race, Rudy.
Yeah, it sure does.
Wow.
Yeah, because now if he can actually, I'm not sure if some of these guys can stay out here for just as long as they possibly can.
They can't because they're at the end of the fuel run. No one's going to be able to stay out. Only the lucky dog is going to be able to get the lap back.
Vincent Benny, Tommy Lee, but Michael Palmer's staying out there. Unless he knows something we don't know.
Unless he's got an extra fuel cell on board, he's going to be in trouble.
Need to strip that truck down there, boys.
Yep. Needs some inspection going on in that thing because he should just be on fumes.
Tommy Lee here let's see if he gets a reset. He's way, and I don't see any reset on that truck. Something's not right there.
Yeah, I don't know. I went into the truck and looked, and they have one reset. So unless he had to use it earlier,
I don't know when. That's the second time he's been on pit road, and he hasn't used it either time. Unless he's thinking that this thing could get ugly here toward the end, and he may wind up having to use it toward the end of the race. You know, I mean, he's actually not in that bad a shape right now as far as position-wise. So it could be what's going on. He's in third spot, but anyhow, or fourth. Michael Palmer staying out. Looks like Gary Shank will be second. Len McNeese third. Tommy Lee fourth. Rolando in fifth. Michael Campbell sixth. David Gainforth in seventh. Paul Cohen eighth. Terry Bellinger ninth, and Billy Rodenberger 10th.
I'm on board with him. I wish I could see his fuel gauge.
Well, we'll see if he does come down pit road, because he does get...
yeah, it looks like he is. He's down on the apron.
I mean, he just does get credited for leading a couple of laps, so, you know, he's got the points for leading laps. Staying out there any longer really isn't going to gain him anything, so now he's coming down. Dwayne LaPrade on pit road, that'll be... But Dwayne's still not going to... I'm not sure if he is the first car a lap down right now, but I'm not sure if he's going to get the iRacing way by maybe or not. I don't know. We'll have to see. When they get to one to go, then that's when we'll find out. Oh, okay. Billy V, yeah, the mechanic. Oh, yeah. Well, good to have you aboard there, brother. Good to have you in chat. I remember you. Remember you from last night.
Hey, Tommy wants you to go to the chase view so he can see how bad the damage is on the broadcast.
Well, let me see here. Tommy Lee. It's not real bad, but it's got to be affecting the speed. It's got to be affecting the speed a little bit. I think I would have used that reset. We were all thinking you would, Tommy. I don't know why you didn't, but...
He sent me a message telling me he's saving it for the last pit stop.
Okie dokie. Alrighty.
He might be right about that. You know, now that we've had a caution, you know what that means.
Yeah.
Cautions breed cautions, especially at this joint. And Rudy, all that single file stuff we saw earlier in the race, nah, we ain't seeing that no more. Single file, that's old news. These boys are going to be too wide for the rest of this race. You watch. It's go time.
Well, I don't... Yeah, maybe you're right, but I'm kind of thinking it's still going to be a little early for it, knowing that, you know, they're all knowing that they've got to stop one more time for fuel. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't know.
I think it's going to be go time.
Well, we'll see how that worked out for Tommy there. Yeah, it's got a pretty good dent in the back, but I don't know if he can get... I think if somebody can, you know, get up on his tailgate there and help push him a little bit, he should be okay. But if he doesn't, then he's going to really start feeling the effects.
Well, if he's right about one more caution, then he can get a chance to use it then, and who knows what will happen. He may wind up having to really need it, so could be a good idea holding on to it.
Well, right now, Gary Shank has led the most laps with 21. The other one that had led the most was Michael Campbell with 19. Yeah, that's probably what I would do too, Rush. He's saying to short pit in about 5 or 6 laps. That's what I would do too. I'd stop short pit, take on, because you're going to be in there for about 3 or 4 seconds. Versus, you know, if you stay out there longer, you're going to be in there for 8 or 9 seconds. So short pitting definitely would be the way to go. And that would break the field up a lot too.
Yeah, because that'd be a whole lot better than having to pit with 2 to go and short pit then.
Yep. Hopefully Tommy can find somebody to communicate with them when they're going to pit.
Yeah, it's been a nightmare tonight for him.
Yeah, that's 2 times he's almost gotten taken out of the race, you know.
And he was the caution flag.
Yeah. Well, it looked like he did everything he could to try to save it, but he just couldn't.
Did a hell of a job. He didn't hit nothing.
Well, I think we're going to get the 1 to go right here, so that could be good news for Dwayne LaPrade to get back on the lead lap. If he does get the iRacing way by, I don't know. He should, but we'll have to see. He is the first one in line a lap down. Well, don't look like he's going to get the way by. Well, that's kind of weird, ain't it? Why wouldn't he get the way by?
They already gave it to somebody.
Must
Because
have
there were 4 people a lap down when the caution came out. Now there's only 3.
Okay. Well, I thought he was the first one when... Well, he did pit. He did pit. Okay. All right. If you pit, that you kind of waves the way by
You
off.
lose the lucky dog, yeah.
Yep, that's right. Forgot about that. But he had to pit. So... Okay, well, get him going here, buddy.
Alrighty. Gonna have 23 laps to go here at Talladega when we go back to green flag racing.
Now we're going to have to watch and see if anybody does do the short pit.
I think you might have some buyers on that, Rudy.
Yeah. If anybody's paying attention or watching, you know, or listening in, that probably would be the smart thing to do. Run about 3 or 4 or 5 laps and then short pit. And you're going to be in and off pit road, like I said, in about 4 or 5 seconds. And if you stay out there and burn off a lot of that fuel and then stop with 8 or 10 to go, then you're going to be on pit for 8 or 9 seconds. So you're going to lose a lot of track time. Get him going.
Pace car's in, waiting on that flag, man. Green flag at Talladega, 23 laps to go. Who's going to win this thing? 25, a little slow on the start there. 84, looks like he's in the lead, and he moves to the front. Lynn McNeese has taken over the lead. David Gainforth by himself on that high side. No buyers going out there with him, Rudy.
And him and Tommy Lee got together right there on that start. David was trying to get some side draft off of him and right close, and Tommy Lee just wiggled a tiny little bit into the turn, and boy, it got right into the side of David Gainforth.
Gainforth dives in behind Tommy Lee, right in front of Paul Cohen.
Yeah, Paul Cohen, man, he started 14th today, and here he is running in 4th, bidding for the win. Billy Rodenberger, another one, started 15th, and he's in 6th. Terry Ballinger, boy, that's good news for Terry. He had fallen back and actually went a lap down, and here he is back on the lead lap running in 7th.
Yeah, he was the one that got his lap back.
Yep, there you go.
How about old Billy Rodenbarger up there in the 6th place?
Yeah.
I want to run for him tonight, huh?
Oh,
Last
yeah.
week Chuck Shaw Jr., this week Billy Rodenbarger.
Yes, sir.
And the 51. Paul Cohen up there last week. He's up there again. Couple weeks in a row, having a good run.
You didn't hear me just say that?
No, sir.
You did not hear me say that about Paul Cohen and Billy Rodenberger. Okay. Alrighty then.
My attention was distracted for just a second. That must have been when you were talking about it.
Yeah. And then you turned right around and repeated everything I just said.
I just wanted to emphasize.
Well, there you go. That's good. That's good.
Maybe that's why I said it. I heard you say it in the back here. While my attention was being distracted.
John Estes in 8th. Paul Zoda 9th. Michael Campbell 10th.
I apologize for that, Rudy.
Oh, don't worry about it. I was like, wow. You just repeated everything I said. Is there an echo in here? It's all good, brother. Well, Len McNeese now out front, and that is actually one of the first times that he's led today. He's only led 3 laps so far in the race, and I don't know if Gary Shank may be trying to work with him and keep him ahead of David Gainforth. I don't know.
This wasn't. Sorry, go ahead.
Gainforth on the bumper of Tommy Lee.
This was a fixed setup race, correct?
I do not know that.
Because the field, look at the field. The field is not your normal fixed setup race.
Yeah.
That's weird. These 4 trucks are pulling away again like it's an open setup race.
Yeah, I really don't know. Yeah, I would say by the looks of it, it's probably not. But, you know, man, and I think it's just all a matter of getting in line. And maybe these guys in the back, they were kind of spread out a little bit there and weren't getting in a line. Just like Billy Rodenbarger right now coming. See, he's going way up the hill now. Yeah. Well, let's just open the door up for Terry Bellinger to slip in there. So they're really not
coordinated.
I don't know. Yeah, they're not coordinated here to stay in a line. And so
allowing these boys up front to just drive away.
Yeah, it's going to be a 4-truck race, but they still got one more round of pit stops to go. And I'm curious to see if anybody's going to take that pit stop, that short pit, and I don't see anybody.
It'll be in the next lap or 2 if they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll be at the end of the run with like 1 or 2 laps to go. Caution flag.
Caution. And this is going to change everything right here.
That's a big one.
Oh, big my.
The big one at Talladega, Rudy.
Yep, that is. Just what we always hate to see, you know. I'm right on it here now. Let's see what happens. Right here, it looks like a couple of guys. Boy, ooh.
Bunch of people in this one. Tore up a whole bunch of trucks. Good thing they got resets. They all need them now.
Right there, it looks like, get up here to it.
I think there were only about 3 guys back there. It didn't tear up.
Looks like Paul Cohen got into the back of, who was that, Terry Bellinger up on the high side there. Paul, I'm not sure what, Paul was kind of like in the middle, washed up
3
the hill.
wide.
Yeah, 3 wide, and got into the back corner of, gosh, I can't make out the number. I think that was Terry Bellinger, though. And it's on
and it
from
tore
there. Oh, man.
A bunch of people up.
Ouch. Well, if anybody's got resets saved up, now's going to be the time they're going to need them.
Yep. And now I bet old Hot Rod uses his right now.
Ah, yeah. Let's get up there to the leader, Glenn McNeese. And we'll have to watch and see if they come down pit road now. I would
still
pit.
Trying to catch the pace car.
Everybody knows you got to pit, so, you know, they're going to have to...
bunch of tore up trucks are pitting.
Yeah. Seeing pit road. Tommy
and
Lee
the leaders
slipping
stay
in.
out.
Yeah. Tommy Lee pitted, though.
You know, I'm thinking with this caution, they don't have to pit. They can make it with this caution. That gives them that little bit of window. I mean, if they run out, they're going to run out on the last lap.
Yeah. And that could be what them guys are planning for up there in the front. But Tommy Lee definitely is not going to hurt him. He used his reset, tops off, and he still comes off of pit road 3rd.
Right on. Oh, Hot Rod got him a fresh truck.
Yes, sir. So, yeah, good thing. Yeah, Sherelle's saying that it was supposed to be fixed. But she's saying it doesn't seem like it either.
Nope, it doesn't. The way that they're driving away, it's just, and the pack not being able to keep up.
Raj said Happy Meal got his, or Hot Rod got his, gonna get his Happy Meal box fixed.
Rudy, we got a bunch of people a lap down now.
Yeah, that hurt a
people.
lot of them. Man, that hurt a lot of people.
Dwayne LaPrade, Robert Fuller, Chuck Shaw Jr., Michael Campbell, Michael Palmer, Terry Belanger, Billy Rodenbarger, and Rolando Arroyo all a lap down.
Dwayne's back on the lead lap. He'll be the last one on the tail end of it.
They just updated on mine. I still had him a lap down when I started that.
Not using your IRTBO?
No, I'm using iRacing tonight. I didn't even think about it.
I know. Got to get in the habit of it.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it.
Yep.
I need to get that pit stop program you got too. Is that another one like the same thing?
Well,
just download it off the forum.
No, that's in. That's actually in the overlays that I had built.
Okay.
He actually put that in there, but it has it right. It's the same information that's on that driver's list that's over to the side I told you about.
Let me pop it up.
Yeah, and you click on drivers, and it pops up that list over there on your screen. And,
yeah, okay.
It's got the pit time right on it.
Yeah, good deal. Yeah, I didn't even crank this thing up when we started. I'm not in the habit of it yet, but I'll make sure of it for the last race.
Yeah, that shows you a lot of information. You know, you can see who's the fastest out there, their previous laps. You can see their pit time, how many laps they've led. So, yeah, it gives you a lot of information. Looks like Rolando out of the race. He had a lot of damage on that truck. I know that.
Looks like David Gainforth has the fastest lap in the race at a 49.200 flat.
Ooh. Sherelle was saying she was, iRacing did another update today or last night. She was up till 3 a.m., so it all blends. Whoa, what a good wifey. What a good wifey. Heck yeah. If I told, I couldn't teach my wife how to do that. She'd go, say what? You want me to do what? What are you talking about? That's pretty cool that you can do that, Sherelle. That's awesome. That is really awesome. Well, now this changes up everything because everybody's made their final pit stops now, except for the two up front, Len McNeese and Gary Shank. But like you said, you think they've got enough to make it to the end, in which they probably do now with all these pace laps. I wanted to take a look real quick here and see. We've had, this is our second caution, and coming to the line we'll have 15 laps to go. That's pretty cool, man, I'll tell you. She stayed up and made sure his iRacing was up to date. Ain't that
pretty cool?
That's as sweet can be right there.
You know she loves you.
That's right. That's the meaning of true love right there. When your wife stays up and updates your iRacing for you.
Because otherwise you'd go to look for your iRacing account and it'd be deleted.
Don't give her any ideas. They get mad at each other. She might do that. No, thank you. We'll just delete this and unsubscribe from any iRacing events from future use. Oh, okay. Oh, she went out there and did a couple of practice race laps for him. Ain't that something? Wow. Because he was going to be late. That's pretty cool.
Well, the lights are out, Rudy. Pace cars coming through 3.
Yeah. Hey, Sherelle. Shh. I won't tell anybody. You don't want to tell too many people that.
We got 14 laps to go, Rudy.
Well, now the whole big news is can Len McNeese and Gary Shank make it on fuel?
I think they can. I think it'll be very close, but I think they will be able to get to the end. And honestly, I don't think we've seen the last caution yet.
He would take away my yarn and stuff.
Here we go. Pace cars in. Green flag, 14 laps to go. Who's going to win this thing? Can the field keep up with the front 4 who have seemed to pull away all night long?
Well, we've seen Tommy make a couple of big mistakes tonight, and man, I hope he doesn't make any more. But he's right on Len McNeese right now, trying to push Len.
And now Gainforth's going to push Shank. Wonder if we're going to have a little old partner swap here at the end of the race.
I don't know, but you know what might happen is Gary Shank could get out there, and that's exactly what I figured was going to happen. Yep. He dumped off David Gainforth.
Gameforth's got no choice but to tuck him behind Tommy.
Yep. But now Tommy's got that damage fixed up. We could see him start maybe get hooked up with Gainforth and work his way up there. Because now Len McNeese is back with his partner, Gary Shank.
Ooh, somebody's in the grass. Looked like a 31. He's all right. He's in the grass.
Comes back up onto the track, clear back in last place, 18th.
No caution.
Nope. He didn't come up on the track in front of anybody, so that's good news. John Estes in 5th. Mark McFadden 6th. Go ahead.
David Gainforth is falling back. Now Mark McFadden swerving wildly back there.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on there, but David Gainforth's falling back off Tommy Lee. And these guys up front are just pulling away like they're on their own little, island up here.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Yeah, they're doing just what I'm sure there probably was a little bit of practicing going in on that because, he's staying, if you look, he pushes a little bit and then he just rides just off the back bumper and ducking out every now and then just to get a little air in the radiator. And that could be why they're pulling away. But if Tommy Lee and David Gainforth get hooked up together here, I mean, they're going to have to make their move here before too much longer because if not, they're going to get out there so far they're not going to be able to reel them in.
Yeah, these guys are driving away from the field, and the field's coming. They're all lining up.
John Estes there and Mark McFadden, 5th and 6th. Paul Zoda, there he is. Paul Zoda in 7th. Don Steve 7th, excuse me. John Stanley 8th. Paul Cohen in 9th.
Rudy, I think we lost David Gainforth. I think he blinked out.
Oh, no.
He did blink out. He's gone. And they just crossed the line. So.
Oh, no. I wondered what happened.
Yep, he's gone.
Well, maybe he'll come back. I don't know.
That changes the points.
Yeah, that is going to change the points.
Wow, that opens the door.
Yeah, does it say that he actually left or?
Nope. But yeah, I don't see him on track anywhere.
Right. Well, maybe it was just a big glitch or something. But boy, that really left Tommy Lee kind of like without a partner now. And he's got a whole pack of wolves coming up on his tail.
Yes, sir. And something tells me he's going to get hung out.
Oh, boy. Well, it's like John Estes may try to work with him there. Paul Zoda on the high side. Tommy trying everything he can to stay ahead of John.
We got 10 to go, Rudy.
I just don't know, man. They're back here 1 second behind. These guys are going to have to get nose to tail and really start thinking about strategy here to get caught up to them leaders.
Yes, sir, because these guys, they're not making it easy on them.
No.
These guys look dominant.
Yeah, this side-by-side back here is a no-no. You don't want to be doing that side-by-side, You've got to reel up the leaders.
These two guys up front, though, they're a little more separated now. He's not pushing like he was, so they're going to catch him if they keep doing that.
Yeah, well, I would say probably Len McNeese got pretty warm right there because he was really pushing the hard, pretty hard.
And here they all come, Rudy. They're gaining now. Tommy's got him in his sights now. He can almost sniff the draft.
Watching here from John Estes. Now, if he comes up on Tommy and gives Tommy a little bump here, but he is not. He's just kind of backing off the throttle just a little bit. It's like he doesn't really want to push Tommy. They got to think about this pretty clear.
David Gainforth did fall through, Rudy.
Oh man, what a bummer for him. Man, well, that's going to change up the points quite a bit.
Yeah, that'll give him a shot going into next week.
That's going to knock the points down to about half.
Yep.
Wow.
And here's Tommy Lee looking on the outside, but he's got no one to push.
He comes real close right there to Len McNeese. Yeah, they're looking at that side draft.
No one's going with him to help.
boy, look how close him and Len come now in the corner. Boy, I don't know if I'd want to get that close.
Ooh.
Tommy goes up the hill. Boy. Whew. That was real close right there.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's caught quite a few of these guys up to him.
Yeah, the whole field. The whole front back here, even.
All the way back to Mark McFadden. 7 laps to go. Sure who that is. We got way back. I'm seeing. Okay, that would be Michael Palmer is all by himself back here in 17th place because he totally lost the draft after taking that ride out across the grass. So yeah, he's way back. Well, Tommy Lee looking for a partner, but I just don't know if he's going to be able to find one this short in the race. So he's just going to try to get the best finish he can out of it, I think. But Gary Schenk out there leading 30 laps when they cross the line. Nobody can top that. He's definitely clinched it.
Tommy's going low, Rudy.
Oh, he's underneath Len McNeese. He gets into it. Oh, no. Oh, no. No caution.
Yet. Now there'll be one.
Oh.
I can't believe no caution.
No caution.
Now they're still wrecking.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me.
Wow.
Well, there was an opening there, and Tommy stuck his nose in there. I don't know. Man, I don't know if I would have done that, but you know, Tommy, he's a pretty dominant racer, and he
races to win.
He says if you leave a 3-foot opening in there, I'm sticking my nose in there. Well, that's about what it was, a 3-foot opening, and he stuck that 6-foot wide vehicle right in there. I've done that before, you know, since Tommy told me that, and I'll tell you what, he's right. It's what you got to do. If somebody leaves that open in there, you got to put your nose in there, and it's up. You know, it's a shame that it worked out like that.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and watch the replay before I'd said any more about it. It looked like Tommy had position.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened from there, but it was definitely an aggressive move. But you know, we're down here at the end, and Tommy wants to win, and that's racing.
Well, now he's got a little bit of damage on his truck on that right side. He's not going to be as fast as he was, but it doesn't seem to be affecting it a whole bunch. So I don't know. We'll have to see if he's got anything to maybe get by Gary Schenk on the last lap or not. I don't know. But all the way back here now, let's see, Mark McFadden, and then he's got some guys right on his tail, but they are lap-down vehicles. And there's Len McNeese coming around now. Boy, he is all tore up. He's not stopping. He's trying to get the best finish he can. Right now, at 1 lap down in 12th place, he's still going to finish ahead of David Gainsworth, but not a whole lot of positions ahead of him.
Yeah.
And he's going to get passed up.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, he's going to get passed up. Man, he doesn't want to pit, and I don't blame him. He wants to stay out just as long as he can. There's no sense, if he stops on pit road and he's already used his reset, he's going to have to sit there for the rest of the race to try to get the damage fixed up. So, well, what's going to happen up front here? We got 3 to go. That's Talladega for you, though. That's why a lot of people don't like these super speedways. That, you know, when you're clipping along at 190 mile an hour, you might as well say, you know, 190 plus, and somebody just bobbles a little bit or sticks their nose under you. You don't see them. You know, sometimes it's hard to see around. You know, sometimes, and a lot of people don't have the right and left buttons set up, or they don't run 3 screens. You know. So there's a lot of variables in there.
What's the 92 doing there? Took a wide arc there for some reason. Just took himself right off the pace.
Yeah.
2 to go, Rudy. If somebody's going to do it, they better do it now because they're running out of time.
Well, if Tommy's going to do it, he's going to do it probably coming out of, I would say, going into the tri-oval on the last lap.
Well, if any of these other guys behind him are going to do anything, they got to start making their move now. They can't wait till the last lap.
All right, John Estes, Mark McFadden, right now are the only two that would have anything for them leaders, but they've got to get nose to tail and start thinking about what they're doing. But I think we're going to see it coming to the line right here because they've got 1 lap to go, and if Mark McFadden's got it in him, he needs to start thinking about pushing the heck out of John Estes. Tommy Lee's got to be getting a little warm right there. He's been on the back bumper, Gary Shank, for quite a while. White flag is in the air. 1 more lap to go, folks. Tommy ducks out.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Tommy try to hang back here and get that big draft run off of him coming off 4.
Well, that's what it looks like he might be trying to do. He's trying to get some air in that radiator right now to get it cooled off, and maybe, I don't know, man. What's his plan here? Is he just going to try to maybe finish second? Or is he going to go for the win?
If I know Tommy, he's going for the win.
Watching here at the very end of this, I'm telling you, this is going to be good.
He fell back, though.
Yeah, he did. Not enough to get up there to him, so Gary Shank's going to win it here tonight. Congratulations to Gary Shank. Boy, Tommy Lee Tommy Lee, I think, just barely finished second. Wow, that was an amazing finish right there between them two. Wow. Well, we'll get down here in just a minute, folks, and let me see. I want to see the actual results and see. Yes, that Tommy Lee did get second, so just wanted to make sure of it. All right, let's see if we can get somebody on the horn here. Well, that was really a nice time for you to do that. Just
never wants to cooperate with you, does it?
No, never, not ever.
Well, folks, don't forget to tune in next week for the season finale at Homestead.
Wow.
Gary Shank picks up his 2nd win of the season. It's got to feel pretty good.
All right, we're ready.
Yeah.
Gary Shank. It's Rudy up in the booth. You got a copy.
Hey, sure do, Rudy. How you doing tonight?
Well, doing pretty good, but you bring it into victory lane tonight at Talladega. Gary, congratulations. And by the way, you did lead the most laps tonight with 36, so pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool, I guess. It's always nice to win one, although I think iRacing really kind of messed up the aerodynamic model here because that was just all strategy and gaming, really, and pit roads. It certainly was nothing to do with racing tonight.
Yeah, we were kind of wondering that. We were talking about it. A few of the guys and ladies in chat were discussing it, that it almost felt like that it was the way you guys were pulling away up there, that it was almost like it was an open setup. But and the guys in the back just couldn't reel you in. So it was kind of weird, just a weird night overall, I think, tonight.
Yeah, there's some stuff you could do with brakes to affect the guy behind you, to pull away or suck them back in. So yeah, it was really a lot of strategy involved. So yeah, just kind of a strange race. Like I said, it really wasn't much of a race. It was just all strategy.
Well, you did the right things at the right time, and you didn't stop on that last pit stop strategically to stay out there and finish in the top. But how much fuel did you have in the truck at the end?
And when I asked you where you... Sorry about that. It sounds like somebody else was cutting in there. Ready to say again?
Well, how much fuel did you have at the end?
Just as I finished across the start-finish line going into turn 1, the truck shut off. So, yeah, I was sort of going about 3/4 throttle about the last 2 laps just to make sure. And that's obviously what I needed to get it done.
Well, we knew it was going to be kind of close there with, you know, because you guys did not stop on that last pit stop. So, but good strategic move, and boy, I'll tell you what, it was a heck of a finish there, which we'll talk to Tommy about here in a minute. But you and Len McNeese hooked up there and really started working the field and pulled away from the field. Man, oh man, that was some great drafting work you guys had worked up.
Yeah, I figured some things out. Of course, I won't share that out loud. Yeah, Lynn and I were working really well together. Mikey and Lynn and even Orlando, we all were kind of teamed up and had some strategy and some things we wanted to do. And it worked out early. And I think the 30 wrecked my team right there with a couple laps to go. We'll all figure that out from the replay there before we start blaming people. But anyhow, yeah, sorry to see those guys get wrecked out, but certainly got to thank Lynn for sticking with me there and Mikey for helping me in the beginning.
Okay, Gary, well, congrats on your win tonight, and anybody you want to thank, anybody else you want to thank, I should say.
Yeah, beside the teammates, of course, we always have our sponsors here at GAC, which is Bonnie's Auto Diagnostic and Repair. Of course, without him, we wouldn't have some of the funds to run these races and broadcast them. So a shout out to them and thank them. And Dean puts on, like I always say, just puts on a great show, a great league. It's always a good group of guys to run with. We always have fun here every week. Regardless of how bad iRacing messes up the aerodynamic model, we still all have fun together. And of course, got Jag Motorsports and Avistar on my truck, which is my business, and they sponsor me and have family in Florida. So we'll say hello to them. And turn it back to you, Rudy.
Okay, thanks a lot, Gary, and good job out there today. Nice win.
Thank you, sir.
Tommy Lee, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Tommy, I guess the big question is can you tell us what happened there between you and Len?
Honestly, I can't. I haven't had a chance to go back and look at the replay yet. I'm still sitting in the truck on the track for the photos and everything like that, but I'm going to go take a look at it. From my point, he moved up the track just enough for me to get the nose in it, and I was there. I never went below the yellow line until I was forced below the yellow line. So, like I say, it's just something that we'll look at here in a little bit and get a definite on it. And other than that, it was a pretty fun race. I mean, like Gary said, iRacing really screwed up this draft pack and everything, so it was kind of one of those, had to play it strategy, because if you lost, if there wasn't 4 or 5 guys together and you're the back car, you were going to lose the draft.
Well, you saved your reset all the way almost to the end of the race. I mean, we were a little concerned about that, but I think you might have been getting a little concerned about it too. But you saved it, and you used it when you needed to, and as it all worked out, it worked out good for you. You still pitted, come out at there in 3rd place, and brought it home 2nd place tonight. So congratulations to you for that, Tommy.
Thank you, Rudy.
Anybody you want to shout out to or thank?
I just Benson, the guys over here at GAC for putting the league on, putting the race on. You and Scott up in the booth for doing the broadcast, and Bonnie's Auto Repair for sponsoring the league.
Okay, Tommy, thanks and congrats.
Thank you.
All right, John Estes, got a copy?
Yeah, Rudy.
Well, John, you come in 3rd tonight. Boy, great finish. It was kind of looking there about mid-race, like you know, you were hanging about where you needed to be, and you kind of strategically got yourself worked into the position. You and Mark McFadden coming up through at the end of this race, working together, working real well together. I'm sure Mark's tickled to death with a great finish this week. But you come in 3rd spot. Tell us about your racing tonight.
Well, it's like you said, without Mark's help, I wouldn't have made it, and I don't think he'd have made it without me. So together, it worked out pretty good for both of us. I would like to thank Bonnie's Auto Supply and Repair, and thank you guys for your MaxSpeed, for your TV coverage and stuff. And I don't want to leave out Esther's Rockets. I mean, after all, they're on the truck.
Absolutely. You never want to leave out your sponsor. Okay, John, well, anybody else you can think of you might want to give a quick shout out to? Anybody that might be watching or a fan out there you might want to shout to?
No, we're okay. Just glad to be finishing up in the top 3 for a change.
Well, it's good to see the Estes Rocket Chevrolet up there, and congratulations on your 3rd spot tonight.
Thanks, Rudy.
Okay, Scott, let's run down through the results here. Gary Schenk coming in the top spot, Tommy Lee 2nd, John Estes finishing 3rd, Mark McFadden 4th, John Stanley 5th, Paul Cohen 6th, Don Steve 7th, Paul Zoda 8th, Dwayne LaPrade finishing 9th. Wow, what a comeback for Dwayne. Vincent Vinny is your top 10. Scott?
Michael Campbell comes home 11th, Terry Belanger 12th, Billy Rodenbarger finishes 13th tonight. Lynn McNeese, unfortunately, 14th place tonight. It was looking like he was gaining a lot of ground on David Gainforth when David fell out, but unfortunately Lynn got caught up there with Tommy at the end, and all that went aside. 15th place, Michael Palmer. Robert Fuller comes home 16th. Chuck Shaw Jr. 17th. David Gainforth, his first non-top 10 finish of the year, finishes 18th. And Rolando Arroyo finishes 19th. Rudy?
All right. And
I said that right there at the end, Arroyo.
Yes, you did. Man, great. You say it better than I do now.
That was the first time I said it all night, so...
Well, congratulations again to Gary Schenk, and I'll tell you what, you know, people can say what they want about these super speedway races, and you know, Scott, we always talk about, you know, the big one, and we seen the big one tonight. Oh boy, did we ever! And you know, people can say what they want, but it still takes a lot of talent to drive these super speedways. It's a different kind of talent than short track racing. So you got your short track racers that say it doesn't take any talent to do what these guys do. Well, I disagree. You know, I think it's a different kind of talent. So,
oh, you're right about that, Rudy. It definitely takes, you know, you got to have skill. You can't just be some jabroni and go out on the track and think you're going to win and do good. No, you got to practice, and there is some skill to it.
Yeah.
Is it the easiest form of racing on iRacing? It may be, but there still takes skill.
That's right. So,
and Rudy, I just want to touch base on that accident a little bit. I went back and watched the replay, and Tommy was right. He wasn't down below the yellow line until he was forced down there. And Tommy did kind of force the issue a little bit, but he was clearly under Lynn. And I think it was just a racing deal. I think Lynn didn't realize that Tommy wasn't going to back off. Yeah, and it just, they got together, and it wasn't anything malicious or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, that'll be for the admins to deal with, and, you know.
That's true.
We're not here to make that call.
I just wanted to let everybody know I did go look at the replay, and honestly, I think it's just a racing deal. Two guys that, you know, one of them is wanting to get up there with the leader, the other one's helping the leader, so, you know, it's just racing.
Yep. Yeah, it's a racing thing that, you know, everybody out there, if everybody had that chance to do, probably would have taken advantage of the same situation. So, but you know, everybody racing for the same position, that top spot, and somebody's got to win and somebody's got to lose. So
yeah, and sometimes somebody gets caught up in the middle of it.
Yep. All right, folks. Well, thanks for watching tonight, and we will see you tomorrow night for Maximum Speed Racing. You're going to want to tune in for that. They're going to be running the nationwide cars at Watkins Glen, and that's going to be fantastic. 50 laps, so you'll have to tune in for that. So we'll see you then, folks, and stay safe.
Have a good night, everybody.